Hey guys, welcome back. This is going to be part 6 of the Solar Fox. I want to get the control panel put back together tonight on this episode, and I have new red leaf switch buttons. I did not have any new yellow ones, so these were in pretty good shape. So we're going to see if we can buff them out and make them look new, and then also we'll buff out these 25-cent pieces and see how those work. So let's try this with the buffer here. I have my little angle buffer in my vise so that it'll hold it in place. I'm gonna put a little bit of compound on here. This is just rubbing compound for cars. So I kind of want to smooth, or just put a bunch on this smooth foam pad here. Don't need a ton, just want to coat it. And let's see if we can kind of clean this up or not. It's pretty dirty. Gotta turn the air on. A little bit more. And I can see how that's all nice and cleaned up. So you don't always need to buy new buttons. You can get away with fixing them. Let's see how these rings turn out, because they're pretty dirty. And there I'll just have to probably take a little lacquer thinner and wipe them out a little bit. Those always get dirty in there. Let me go get a little lacquer thinner and wipe. I'm going to wipe in here, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, it's not going to get it all out because it's staining from the spring, but it's a lot cleaner than it was. So let's put this one back together and we'll look at it, and then I'll do the other one off camera. So we did that. Put our spring back in, slide our button down. I think it's the wrong button. I gotta buff out this one. Sometimes they don't fit exactly in the same button housing. So it's okay, we'll just buff this one real quick. Then we'll stick that one back together. Still a little lacquer thinner on here. You can buy one of the like buffing wheels like this and put them on your drill. and do the same thing. There you go. Looks pretty darn new to me. I just got to do that other one, but let's try one of these badges real quick. See if it cleans up. Here's what it looks like first. This stuff does fling everywhere. You clearly see the difference there. This little lines that are around the perimeter, don't worry about that. The coin door covers that. So I'm gonna go ahead and buff out the other 25-cent piece and the other button housing, and then I'll be back. Okay, buttons are done. I think they look pretty darn good to me. And both of the 25-cent pieces are done. And I think these are like $5 or $8 a piece on Arcade Shop's website. So now we don't have to worry about replacing those. We can reuse the original ones. Sometimes I don't have a choice but to replace them because the backing starts coming off of them. So now we're gonna go in the basement and we're gonna get this control panel put together. I sent a bunch of pictures of this plate, and I took, I found one online that shows all the writing, and I took a bunch of real close pictures and everything and measurements of this. And Dan from Escape Pod is working on it. And what I'm gonna do is he'll get it as close as he possibly can to what this was originally, because nobody's making it. And I think I'm gonna have him cut it into stencils. So we'll just do like a white spray paint for the letters, and then a red for the outline, and then obviously white for the eyes and the teeth. So if he can get this done for me in stencil form, then I can spray paint it. I'll sandblast this down or sand it down, and I'll spray paint this black, and then we'll go ahead and do the white and red over top. So then at least it'll be good to go, and it'll be painted on. I don't have to worry about vinyl peeling up or anything like that. So all right, let's go in the basement and we'll get this control panel put together. Okay, now we can work on putting the overlay on, which the overlay came from this old game. So it looks like it's about the exact length. We just gotta line it up. I got my little light here we can put underneath it to see about lining it up. Basically, the most important part is like the joystick. Kind of getting that as centered as possible. That's good right there. I'm gonna have to get some tape or some clamps real quick to kind of hold this in place, and then I gotta measure my overhang on each side to make sure I have enough room. Well, I guess my tape measure's not down here right now. That's all right, we'll figure it out. right, since I don't have my tape measure down here, I'll use a button. Believe it or not, it's a little bit crooked. So I gotta go up with that side a little bit. Let's bring this side down. Scissors might work better. Okay, we're pretty good there. All right, so now try to pull this back carefully. Get half of it stuck. Just gonna gently let it sit there. That looks pretty good. Okay. There's a spider. Sorry, buddy, you gotta die. Must have came in from the shop. This is always the hard part, getting this to stick. Even when you heat it up, it still doesn't always want to stick. That's not going to want to stick. I'll have to get the hair dryer and see if we can get it to stick. They had this thing marked perfectly. I mean, it's even got the radius cut in it and everything. I'm going to go grab a hair dryer. All right, let's start heating this up. Definitely not wanting to stick on this bend at all. Wonder if some super glue would help. Sometimes these overlays are so thick that they don't want to stick. The lamination on the surface is so stiff and thick that it just does not want to stay. I got a little bit of super glue on this bottom edge, but you'll never see it. But the super glue is definitely holding. Just have to keep pushing on it until it's fully cured. But yeah, I got a little bit of super glue right there, but I'm not worried about it. You'll never see it. You gotta get creative with stuff sometimes. Really nothing else you can do. I could probably clean that off, but I'm not gonna mess with it. It's almost stuck. I used a gel super glue. Once that dries, it should be really stuck. This side's really good now. So I'll just press that side down one more time in a few minutes. But other than that, it's stuck. So now we can cut the buttonholes. We grab a knife for that. Beautiful. It's just about stuck now. Okay. You could see the outline of where the old button was in the artwork. They got it pretty darn close. I gotta look up which button goes where. Oh no, that's pretty self-explanatory. Duh. Yellow goes here and red goes there. I'd imagine it matches the fire and the speed control. So if you ever have a problem, like I did, with getting this to stick, just use a little gel super glue. I've never had it eat through the vinyl on me, so I've always had really good luck with it. Just takes a few minutes to set up. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, now we can get our buttons installed, and then it's time for the joystick, and the control panel will be ready. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to use those spacers. You know what I did not do? I gotta figure out which way this joystick goes. I did not even think about that when I took it out. And I probably should have labeled which color wire goes where, but I think I took a picture of it. I'm gonna say it goes, I'm not sure. I'm gonna look at my picture. And why is this red wire loose here? Is it just extra? I don't see it going to anything. All right, let me look at it and see if I have a picture of this. Okay, I went and looked back at my video, and there's an arrow on the joystick. That arrow goes towards this way. So that joystick goes like that, and then these two go like this. And I believe the blue wire goes on the inside. If for some reason I'm wrong, I could switch it. It's not a big deal at all. So our fire button's on the outside. Yep, definitely gonna have to use those spacers. You can get thicker ones of these, but everything's soldered, and I'm not gonna worry about taking it all apart. We'll just put those spacers back on. They seem to fit perfectly, so. And there are two little notches in the metal control panel. And there's two little nubs on the bottom of your buttons. So just line the nubs up with the notches. Okay, you know, I'm gonna grab pliers. Usually you can get those with the flathead screwdriver, but they're not wanting to tighten real tight. All right. Let's take these little channel locks here and we'll just tighten them up. You don't have to go crazy with them. You know what? I have the manual. Let me grab the manual. That should tell me what wire goes to what button. So when I open this manual up, there's some old advertisements in it from, trying to see what year. I don't know if it says what year it is. 1993. Coastal Amusements. That was inside the manual. So let's see if we have a wiring diagram here. And then we'll just verify real quick what color wire goes to what button, and then I won't have to worry about possibly taking it back apart because I screwed up. Coin door, speakers. Here we go. Okay, fire button, blue and yellow. Fast button, blue and white. Blue and white. Oh, black and yellow, sorry. Black and yellow. Okay, I have them right. So this is the fast button, this is the fire button. So I was right. So we just mimic that on this side. Double check. Fire's on the outside. Oh man, I got my, there we go. The towel got stuck between the button and the control panel, but I got it out. So now we have orange and blue leaf switches, which look brand new leaf switch buttons. So we'll save those in case we ever need them. I like leaf switches better than micro switches. At first, that's all I had was micro switch buttons. You know, I had a lot of JAMA games back 9-10 years ago, and now that have more of these older games, which in my opinion are a lot more enjoyable to play, and also you get used to the feel of certain buttons and stuff. Straighten these out so they don't look too crooked. Okay. Now we can slide the joystick in. I want to solder those wires too, so I'm going to have to get my solder gun out. Oh boy, hope I didn't make a mistake here. Okay, good. Now I got to put my washers and nuts on. These are locking nuts. Okay, that's all done. I'm gonna grab my solder gun and we're gonna solder these two, and it doesn't really matter which direction these go in. I always put my ground wire usually on the one closest to this side. But I do want to get my nail file and file those contacts real quick to just clean them up to make sure, so that when I put it together I don't have to take it back apart. Okay, I have, my tripod's messed up down here. I don't understand why it keeps making my go crooked. Try to straighten this out real quick. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'll worry about it later. This will be a little bit of a crooked picture there. Got my soldering gun heating up. I did find a new switch or a trigger, but the one in here is not bad, so I'm not going to replace it. I did find these screws. These might work to put the handle back on. I don't remember if those ones are long enough or not. But let's go ahead and cut these off. We'll splice them, solder them on. I have my little nail file here. Like I said, these are my favorite ones, of these dollar store ones where they have sandpaper on both sides. And I just stick them in the contact. I just lightly and that's it. Shines them up, takes the black right off of them. Then you'll have good contact when you hit your button. What happens is it gets that black carbon built up over time, and it when you hit the trigger, it seems like it maybe takes a second for the spark to get through that stuff. And actually our yellow and red is our ground, I believe. Yeah, because yellow and red series from button to button. So we'll put that one here. Okay, we'll just let that sit there. See if this solder gun's heated up yet. I do like to put solder on both sides when I can. Okay. Now, I want to see if these new screws are going to work or not. I don't know if they're long enough, and they're Allen keys. No, I don't think these are going to work. Just trying to look here. Did they have a nut on one side of these? Must have. Oh, no. Threads into there. Yes, these new ones probably will work. I need to get an Allen key for them. So let me run and grab an Allen key. And then we'll get the one side mounted on. And then we'll put that, we got to put some vinyl on the piece that says Tron. At least the other screws that somebody put in there were the correct threads and they didn't screw up the threads inside the handle. Okay, this is our piece that says Tron. I have a piece of black vinyl here. We're just going to stick it over it so it no longer says Tron. Just a satin black vinyl. Nothing fancy. I just put that handle on backwards. Take that back off. Well, at least I caught it now rather than having the whole thing together. All right. Okay. Probably be pretty cool to light this joystick up. Because it doesn't have that piece over here that glows, that has the black light in it. And I'm not going to install this on the cabinet tonight because I got some other things I want to do first. Next video we'll be putting the coin door together. We'll put that back on the cabinet. We'll put the, I'll find a marquee light to put in there. We'll try to get a bunch of this wrapped up. Still waiting on those ROM chips for the board to see if I could fix that scrambled up problem on the bottom of the screen there. Which really isn't a big deal because I think it's just in the menu at least. It's not like the whole game. All right, that is it. It is all back together. Looks real nice. All right, that's going to end part 6, guys. Once again, if you guys are liking what you're seeing, please like, subscribe. let me know what you guys think of the red joystick handle. Should I put it back to black? Should I leave it red? Like I said, I do have a black one. I can always switch it out. It's only 5 screws. Really not a big deal. But all right, that's going to end this video, guys. Thanks for watching.